Now first thing is that in MS Access there are different versions of MS Access. Okay, I am going to teach you database using a very lower version. I am having all the versions in my computer. You can see as soon as I type Access, it is showing me two versions. Which are they? 2003 and 2013 and 7. Okay, most commonly used versions are 2007 and 2013. Some of them use 16 and 19 also, but these are the common versions which are used, and I am going to teach you in 2003 version. So I click on this 2003. If this type of error message comes, then please click cancel. Now first thing I have to do is I have to click on file menu and new option. Now see, the difference between database software and other softwares are, suppose if I open Microsoft Excel program to create a table, if I open this Excel, then what will happen? Here you can type anything. This is already created, right? Blank file already gets created and you can type anything and you can save it later. While here it's different. Here nothing opens. First thing is the saving of the file. Thereafter it will become auto save. Remember the word. Okay, it will become auto save. Like Excel, you will not have to press Ctrl S every time. One time you have to give the file name. So I click on new option. As soon as I click on new option, here it shows me the options such as blank database, blank data access program. So many options are given here, from which I select blank database. So it will ask me for the file name. So I give the file name 11C Academy Management System. Okay, I am giving this file name. What you have to do, that I will tell you when we come to practicals. What file name you have to give, how to save it in folder. I am doing this much. Fine, this much is ready. Now we talk about the software. Here we have got the objects such as tables, queries, forms, reports, pages, macro, module. These all things are given, right? Now first thing is table. First and the foremost thing is to create a table. Okay, thereafter all this thing will work. So there are how many ways of creating the table? There are three ways of creating the table. First way is create table using design view. Then create table using wizard, and create table by entering data. Three techniques are there. So first I will show you how to create a table using wizard, and finally we will be creating using design view only. I am just showing you how is wizard. So here it is asking that which fields you want. Now if you remember, on the blackboard I have written different fields, that in student table we will store this many details, right? That was ID number, name, surname, that all things. Here ready-made things are given from which you have to go on selecting the fields. Okay, for example, I am selecting 3 fields right now. I don't want to waste time, so next and finish. So the table will get created. This is known as creating table using wizard. Like this way you can create a table, but I am deleting this. Better option is to create using design view. Now as soon as I click on create table using design view, this view will open. Now I have to give the field name. What was the first field name of table, student table? ID. Okay, ID could be text or number. We take number. Okay, we take number. So see, as soon as you select, you give the field name, it will ask you next question, that which type of data you want to store in this. Access 2003 provides you the fields data type called text. If you want to store textual information in this field, okay, that is name, address, city, that all things, then you can take text. If you want to store text, will allow you to store up to 255 or 256 characters. If you want to store more characters, then you have to take memo. It allows you to store up to 64,000 characters. Number allows you to store number. Date and time. Date and time will allow you to store date. For example, if you prepared attendance table, then in attendance table, date and time field you will have to take. Currency. It's same like number, but it gives the symbol of currency between the number you have, before the number you have entered. Then auto number. Now if you see a bill book, okay, then the bill number is generated automatically. Bill book, they have stamped the different numbers. Or if you see the printout of the bills, then every time the shopkeeper will not type the bill number, it will be generated automatically. So here in practical life we should not take number in ID, but we should take auto number. So every time we don't have to remember that this boy's number was so and so, so next admission I have to give this number. No, it should be auto number. In our example we are taking number, but that is the thing. Then yes, no, yes or no. For example, in attendance table, in the present field we can take yes or no. Then OLE object, you can insert any image. For example, student's photograph you can insert in the table. Then hyperlink is email ID, is website address that you can take. So these many data types are there from which I take number. Why this thing is there in database, that I will tell you, because see here if I prepare like this way, ID, name, surname, okay. Now here instead of ID I type something else. Here I type 1, 2, 3. Is it allowing me to do all these things? I forgot to type the surname. Did it allow me? Yes, it allowed me. Excel allowed me, no? To type wrong entry. Excel allowed me to do wrong entry in the file. So in database, should it be possible that that you will be able to enter wrong entry? No, it should not be possible, otherwise it will create a mess, right? So to restrict all these things, data types are provided. Now I hope you understood the importance of data type. To give the proper validation, data types are provided. Fine. Then another thing I would just like to bring your notice to is that here it is showing me field properties. That means if I have taken number data type, then the field property is this: long, integer, auto. This I will explain later on, but these are the field properties. See, if I take other data type, field properties will change. Just look at field properties. Did it change? So field property of each data type is different. Now the next name is next field is name. Yeah, in real life we should do auto number, but just now in our example we are taking number. You are right. Then surname. Which field data type shall I take?
Text.
Text. Then what was the next field? I have forgotten.
Date.
No.
Date of joining.
Address.
Mobile number.
First we have taken the address or mobile number. We take mobile number first. Mobile underscore. It is a good habit to give underscore number. Here which data type should I take?
Number.
Okay. So I take text instead of number, because if I want to store number of anybody, so many of them may be having two contact numbers. So I will have to add a comma and space in between. Then number will not allow me to add comma and space, right? So if I take this option, that is, what is it? Text, then it will allow me to enter. Okay, for example, father's number, mother's number, office number, I can write personal number, I can mention that also, so I take this. Then comes address. Address, then city, pin code, then so next field name field I will take will be standard. Which data type shall I take?
Text.
Number. Why number? Yeah, then division we can take, but generally in tuition class we don't mention the division, only we mention which standard he is studying in. Now why we keep standard number data type, that also I will tell you, because suppose you have taken the admission in academy and you are in 11th, next year you will be in 12th. Now if one update query is run, then automatically standard will get updated. So that facility is there, you will learn when we learn queries, so we take number.
Gender.
Then gender. Gender we take number, text. Now date of birth, DOB,
Date of joining.
date oblique time. Now one more thing I would like to explain you is field name, data type, description is given, right? In this, what is the meaning of description, that I will explain you. That is showing that what is the meaning of DOB. Suppose if somebody opens the table, then he will not understand what is DOB, so you can give a description here, that date of birth. Then date of joining. So wherever the field name are confusing, you can give this thing, and date of leaving. Fine. So this many fields are over. Now before I save this table, one thing I would like to explain you is about the primary key. Now to identify each record uniquely, which field can we consider? If I want to identify the records, then which field should I take into consideration? ID, right? Okay. So I give a click on ID and I select a key from here, that is known as primary key. You can apply primary key to a single field, then what will happen, that I will tell you. That in ID by mistake I will not be able to leave it blank. In Excel, just now I had shown you that suppose I forget to type here, it will allow me to type the name, right? But here if I give primary key, it will not allow me to leave it blank. Another thing, it will not allow me to enter duplicate values. So both the conditions will be satisfied by giving primary key. Now I save the table, I press the save button. What name shall I give to the table? Student detail or profile. See 11B11C, that is the name of the database. Inside the database we are creating tables. So this table is created.
Person no se
It will contain all the records of all the students.
all the students.
Yeah. So I close this table. Now here you can see student detail table is been created. Now if I click on it, it will not open in design view, it will open like this way, just see. In Excel it was opening like this way, here it's opening like this way. Here only one record you can enter at a time. Right. Okay, as you go on entering the records, it will go on increasing these fields. Suppose you have entered 10,000 records, then here it will show you 10,000. Just now we have entered 0 records. So now one more thing, here in ID it is showing me 0. Now no one's ID will be 0. Why automatically it is showing 0 in standard also? So yeah, so I will go to design view. See, this is view menu. From here I can go to design view. Now in field properties, a default value is given against number. In Access, whenever you decide number as a data type, then it gives you a default value. Default means by default it will come. You don't have to enter anything. So here you can remove the default value. Here also there is number, so I remove the default value. Fine. Now I save the table and I go to this view. Now I enter the record. For example, 1. Bhargav, na, your name is?
Yes.
Surname?
Paria. 9979.
So is mobile number. Address? Date of birth? 2000. Date of joining. Okay, so I have done the entry of the first record. Now as soon as I press the tab key, I will be going to the next record. Fine. Like this way you have to go on doing the entry. Then next table we have to create is fees table. So in fees table, first field I take as ID, I take number as data type, as soon as I take number, default value comes, which I have to remove, that we learned just now. Then next thing was date and time. Then what was the next thing? Amount. How much amount is being paid? Currency, correct. Again, currency is like number, so it is showing 0 here. Fine. Then I remove that 0, currency in amount, and then mode. Payment mode or mode of payment. Okay, that we will keep text. So this much work is over. Now here I cannot assign primary key to ID. Why? Because if I collect the fees of Bhargav once, then it will not allow me to repeat the same record. So I will not be able to enter Bhargav's names twice. Now suppose next year also he pays the fees, next term he pays the fees, so I cannot assign. But one thing I can do is I can select both the fields and assign a composite primary key. Composite primary key means combination of ID and date will not be repeated. For example, Imran paid the fees today, then his GR number is 2, then 2 and today's date. That combination will not be repeated. He can pay the fees tomorrow, and in the same date you can pay the fees, right? So that is known as composite primary key. Try to understand the concept. Thereafter comes the, okay, I have to save the file. Okay, then the last table is ID number 0. Then present absent. What shall we take here? First date, yeah, then present. Yes, no. So this is clear. 3 fields, and this too we give primary key. Save the table as attendance. Now just see, one more thing which is very useful is, as I told you that I have not taken the name field everywhere, but in result if I want to know that which student has paid the fees, I can know his name, his address, everything. So how to give that thing? For that we need to establish relationship between all the tables. So I click on relationship dialog box, in which I insert all the tables. Okay. Now which is the master table from these 3 tables? Student table. Now the ID field is common between all of them, so I drag this ID and drop it on fees table. So it will open this dialog box, create edit relationship dialog box. There I have to click on enforce referential integrity, cascade update and cascade delete, and relationship will be created by creating create. Here it is showing 1, while here it is showing more, so it is known as one to many relationship. Again I do the same thing here. Now why one to many? Because here ID number will be repeated only once in student record, but fees he will pay any number of times, so there it will be repeated. So this relationship is known as one to many. So in this lecture we keep up